In 2020, I will continue treating Twitter like a public therapist. Good luck with that. Make more friends. Maybe, we'll see. And then you said, and then I think of how long it's taken to heal my heart, and it's fuck everybody, and I go back to my cave. Album 2020. Oh, see you, love. Like, you're like such a, it's like almost like polarizing two people. The one that says, I really want to be this person, but fuck it, I'm actually this person.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of both. Today's Wednesday. On Wednesday, I feel like I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone and be like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then Thursday, I'll just get a deep onset of just feeling antisocial and not really wanting to see anybody or talk to anybody.
How do you cope in those situations? Because today you're talking to us, you're in London City. It's so nice to see you with your team around you, because we've seen them on your Insta stories. So you've got, you get blown up all the time, but very entertaining. Could be an actor, you realise it.
Yeah.
But it's like, you've got to speak to us today.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rest of the day looks like for you. I'm so glad you got to sightsee and chill. But when you're having a crap day where you don't want to be around people, like, how do you deal with it? Like, what's going on right now? Like, how are you getting through this?
Right now, I had good sleep, and I had a good, like, moment of getting just time for myself yesterday. So I don't feel like I need to anxiously get out of this conversation. Yeah. But I'm sure, like, if your energy was different, like, if I just felt uncomfortable, then I'd want to leave. But then I just have to go to the bathroom and for 10 seconds just breathe and meditate.
Yeah.
And it's like little things too. Like, for example, if I'm home and something's stressing me out at home, sometimes it's perspective. So I have a name tag of when I used to be a cashier that's like right on my shelf.
That's like good.
So I read this in a book the other day that, like, suffering is inevitable. The human life, like the principle of human life, a lot of it is like suffering. So that's inevitable. The one freedom that we have is just choosing what we're gonna suffer for. So no matter what fucking job you do, it'll never be perfect. No matter what love you decide to make a life with, whatever partner you decide to make a life with, nothing's ever gonna be perfect. You just need to decide what's worth suffering for.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You said something in the song, I can't remember which one, so forgive me, but you did say something on the lines of, it's more about the journey than what you're getting to.
Nobody.
And it's true, you know, because everybody is so, like, you know, things like successes, achievements, but we all sometimes forget about the process of to get there.
Yeah, which is great, because I can talk all high and mighty now, and it sounds like I'm being really fucking prolific, but then tomorrow I'll get pissed and I'll be like, fuck everybody. But it's just moments of, like sometimes I can't do it myself. Sometimes it needs to be my team to be like, yo, take a deep breath. This is great that people are that want to sit down with you for a whole day and talk to you about interviews. Like, this is great. This is what you asked for, and even if you're tired, buckle up, because this is the bright side of, or not the bright side, but it comes with it. As much as I want to just make music on an island and delete my gram and just, like, send my album via a pigeon to the mainland.
A pigeon.
Like, you'll fuck alone for another year. Let me make an album and then I'll send it to you. And keep opinions out, politics out, numbers out, everybody out, and just keep it pure. As much as I'd love to do that, I know that that's not possible. I know that I have to work for where it is that I want to be to get to the point where maybe in 5 years, maybe that'll be possible. But as of right now, I still have to pay my dues, and this is part of paying my dues.
Video.
Thanks.
Did you love the way it turned out?
Yeah, I loved it. Everyone did a great job. It was one of those videos that was very much a team effort. Like, Sale, the director, was incredible. Mad Rock, the production company, was dope. You know what? I've been burned. I've done, like, crazy special, like, what is it called? Like, stunts. I've done crazy shit in videos. And this one was the scariest video I've ever done. And shout out to Kyle, who was one of the aides, because when we did the tank shot, which was the underwater shot,
it looks so stunning. That was with all the colours and stuff. Yeah.
But when I went down, the first shot, I didn't know that the tendency is for, like, it was like a 20-foot tank. So I have to let all my air out to just sink to the, like, start sinking so that the camera can catch, like, it elevating and everything. But when you start, like, the second you move a little bit up, the dress wraps. So I got stuck at the bottom, and I'm trying to...
Were you, like, freaking out?
Freaked out, and I couldn't lift my body up like this, so the aide, like, saw me, Kyle, and was like, had to swim down and, like, grab me and help, like, lift me up.
I think it's quite a timeless sounding song, like a really big song that I don't think you can say is a genre specific. Like, some of the songs you made, you said, okay, it's R&B, that's soulful, but this one, I just feel like it fits everywhere. It's just a beautiful song.
Thanks.
But it's also flipping sad. I don't know why, but it makes me feel quite sad when I listen to it. What was your inspo writing it?
love, like it's just one of the purest loves I've ever known is when I think about my family. So that's where it came from, and it's almost difficult for me to talk about because I like to sing about shit I don't like to talk about, but it's outside of what I regularly do, I guess, because I tend to make a lot of sad music. That's what comes out of me the easiest. But this song kind of lives in both worlds. It's like it's a song about the truest love I've ever known, but it still hurts.
I love your Twitter. I just want to put it out there. Jessie is the most gangster person on Twitter. Like, this is one Jessie. Twitter Jessie is a whole other girl. I love her.
Funny.
Who is she? You're like Ari Lennox. Do you realise you two are like my two favourite people on social media?
I'd say thanks.
You literally just like say the deepest things that normally we say in our inner circles and we very rarely share. You just spout it out and you never say sorry about it, and I love that.
That's funny.
Do you love social media in that way? Because it feels as though you found your own way of enjoying it and not getting caught up with all the shit.
I guess, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's shitty, but I've learned. I don't even have learned. I think this is the way that I've always been, but I guess it's just kind of changed me when I see other people being affected by it. Not changed me, but made me appreciate that. Like, my reaction to trolls is to often just like, it makes me laugh. You know what I mean? And it just makes me laugh.
But I love that you're in that place, because most of us aren't. Most of us literally hit the block button, because when you try and argue with a troll, they just want attention.
I know, and I've done that before.
Oh my
too.
God.
I've done that
and they will keep going at you, and they don't have any rules. They say the worst things.
Yeah, it's jokes, because if you end up blaming them, you'd be like, yo, who hurt you, God? Like,
I know.
Why are you so mad?
Yeah.
And then you just, if you end an argument with "I love you" and like take care, like
your ambition and your focus on where you want to get to is very like on point.
Thanks, man. That comes a lot from my family and from my team. I feel like I've been blessed with having a mom and dad that hustled their whole life, and I had a front row seat to it. I have a front row seat to the immigrant experience and what it was like to work twice as hard to just make like ends meet, and then have to work 3 jobs, and then have to deal with that fucking ungrateful kid that's growing up in 2 worlds that thinks that it's normal that kids have fat farms and thinks that it's normal that kids get these fucking like sick shit that my parents couldn't afford. But my dad would give me lessons like when everyone was getting those scooters. And I was like, Papi, I want a razor. And he was like, okay, hold on. And when he's on his off day from working overtime at this company he gave 20 years of his life to, he's taking like spare pieces of wood, going to the garage, makes me a scooter, and then paints it in Colombia colors. There's so much that I hold from that memory that I feel like contributes to my ambition. And my dad was the type to do everything. My dad was the type to like, is the type, because the only reason he doesn't is because I'm telling him to relax. Otherwise he would still be doing renovations and like changing floors and painting and making Colombian manjar blanco to sell, like all of that. And my mom, when she came to Canada, you know, for immigrants, sometimes the country that you're going to doesn't honor your diplomas or anything like that.
Same here, actually. You start right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom again. So my mom, instead of working with kids like in schools and preschools and stuff like she did in Colombia, when she came to Canada, started doing daycares. So my entire life, I always had 5 kids in the house, like rotation. My mom raised so many kids, and these kids that have, like, I have one kid that's like my brother. Like, his name's Justin. He has blue eyes, blonde hair, but when he was little, he was able to speak Spanish because that's just how it was in my house. And my mom would treat others kids like they were her own kids.
It's like blended family.
I'd see that my whole life. So I feel like a lot of my ambition comes from what I learned from them, and also by nature of being surrounded by people that are like-minded and like attracting that sort of energy. Because everybody I work with has that. Otherwise, they're not welcome. Like, if you're not going to work as hard as me, you got to be somewhere else. You know?
Shameless Pappy, where is he?
Shameless?
We wanted to see Shameless Pappy. I'm sorry, like, seriously, that Drake picture was the cutest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, I love your dad. Your dad is, like, seriously, like, on fire. Like, he's like, normally we have cringy parents that we want to die and hide. Like literally don't come out. Your dad is like a G. Like, he should be the support act. His energy is just like, I can see why you are balanced, because having someone like that, and your mum as well, but especially because I see him a lot. It must just be like, none of this is serious, guys. Like, my dad's here and he keeps me in check.
Felicitaciones, mami, por su nominación a los Grammys, mami. Anda, y felicitaciones a su equipo y que Dios la bendiga. Porque estás nominada, mami.
You got nominated for a Grammy. I swear.
Like, if it wasn't for them, I can't even, like, everything. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here talking to you. So to have them, like, and I know that a lot of people aim for that. A lot of people work so hard to be like, I want to pay my parents back.
Yeah.
A lot of people work hard to reach goals while everyone's still alive, you know? So I know that that's a gift that I've been given, to be able to be like, fuck yeah, like, I could do that, you know?
And has he ever, like, got a little bit gassed and he said, so Jessie,
Oh my god, all the time.
does he say, Jessie, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe I get a little 16, like I've been, like
A little 16? Oh my
does
god.
he ever step over you like, Dad, no?
All the time. All the
Really?
But then I gotta give him lies, like, so all the time. But it's my dad's the one that had the guitar in the crib. Like, if it wasn't for him having it in the house and that accessibility, I might have not picked it up one day. He was the one that I would sing with at church. He was the one that would take me to choir practice and be in the choir as well. So it's soft, like, it's just jokes. I ended up bringing him on stage for the Toronto show, and he did figures with me, and I was amped because he had homies there from Colombia too.
Yeah.
So he did it, and then that show was epic, because then at the end of that show, before we did the encore, because we're done the show, right? We get off stage, and then we'll wait sometimes, because sometimes people will be like, oh,
Yeah, of course you have to.
So we're waiting for that, and we hear that, but then we hear,
Screaming.
what the fuck is going on? And then I'm like, what the hell? And one of the guys is like, yo, Jessie, your mom's on stage. And I was like, what?
Love.
And they're like, your mom's on stage. And she was on stage because she remembers when we went to Daniel Caesar shows that one of his creative directors has a habit of going on stage after and, like, amping everybody up for the encore and then filming it, right? So she liked that.
Yeah.
And so she wanted to do that. So she goes on stage wearing a little white fro and is like running, I shit you not, we have footage of it, running this way and going like this, and then running that way and going like this, and then when she's running the last time off stage, she goes like this and does like a drive-by blessing to everybody. So we do the encore, and then in the encore, the guys are telling me right before I go on, they're like, yo, your dad wants to, like, do the crowd surf. And I was like, you're lying. Like, he's down? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna
Had he
do
done it
I'm
before?
Like, he's never done it before. And he was
Oh my
down.
god, that's,
And so
that's
then-
you, that is.
And then he gets on, he came on stage, and everyone's screaming, and then we help him on, and he, like, gave his wallet to one of the guys.
I love it, to the wallet out. Yeah.
But left his glasses on.
But the wallet came out. Priorities.
A mess.
I love it. Do you know what I love though the most though is that you guys have the type of relationship where they didn't even need to check with anyone. They just did it. Do you know, like, parents, like, the fact that they just did it, they didn't go and say, let's go check with Jessie. I love that there was no, like, she's going to be mad or you're going to be mad. It was like, you guys clearly
That's
had, like,
crazy.
Yes,
I can't believe, I never even thought of that they didn't even fucking ask.
no, but do you understand that is a beautiful thing?
Yeah.
Most of us, we ask each other permission when we step into their, like, the area of where we work or whatever. The fact that you guys are free to just do what you want and love each other unconditionally, that is a beautiful
But they're
thing.
respectful though. They don't go OD. They understand that, like, I'm a person that needs space sometimes. So even though they didn't ask on that day, still, my mom's considerate of, like, me needing alone time sometimes.
Yeah, but that was the thing I was going to say to you as well. Obviously, like, away from the music, incredibly talented, but you're also a beautiful girl. And you've got, don't get gangster over there, you've got all these dudes with you, including Dad, on the road sometimes. Do you get blocked? Like, do they, like, if someone...
Like cock block?
Yeah, like, you get cock blocked because they look at you like little sis, daughter, got to look out for her. Look at the face over there. Cock blocking, I can see it. Has
Maybe
anyone
inadvertently, but
Yeah.
I know that, like, men have said before, dudes have said before, that it gets, like, it's just, and it just so happens that my managers are both, like, over 6'2", so
Who's
it's
going to
just
come
jokes.
to you with them there? Come on. The man of your dreams has got to be so courageous to get through that.
Yeah, or above 6'2".
Yeah.
Like,
Or sneaky and find a
little
time
bigger.
when you're not with them
yeah, so
and then move to you.
maybe, but they're it's just as funny. Like, all jokes aside, there's just fucking no time.
Seriously.
Like, there's just
But
barely any time.
You've been in love. I've listened to your music. When you've been in love, that feeling is like beautiful.
It is, but
It
it's
is.
like crack. It's like
It is.
cocaine. Cocaine feels great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then cocaine kills you. So it just depends.
Wow, you're describing love like cocaine. That's like intense. That is somebody who's truly had some mad love in your life.
Yeah, I don't know how to love with boundaries. So every love story I've had has been pretty fucking volatile.
So when you fall in love, do you literally forget everything?
Often, yeah. Which is why I'm so, like, turtles and how I move with anybody, because there's barely any time, but just, I don't know, I've never loved responsibly. I don't know how to do that.
It's hard, isn't it? You become an us. You kind of like when you love somebody. Girls are weird though. Guys can disconnect. Girls literally work everything. Friendship circle. It just becomes love, 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 man.
Strange.
And I think it's something that we all need to like consciously
work on. Maybe it's because
Pull back
women
a
have a
bit.
tendency to just be more in tune with, like, it's a blessing that we're more empathetic. It's a blessing that we're more in tune with stuff. But I think that maybe because we're dealing with people, men, that maybe aren't always like that. That's probably why we have the tendency to do that sometimes.
But it is a beautiful thing though when you meet somebody and you guys
And
can
it's
support each
reciprocated.
other through each other's journeys or whatever you're doing. It is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of anticipation. You put out so much music, and I've never been able to put you in any genre box, honestly. And Faking It, by the way, I know it wasn't yours. That was my tune.
Hey!
I love that track.
Shout out to Lonnie
You
and
killed that
Calvin.
track. It was
Thank
amazing.
you.
But you're so eclectic and so like you don't live by any rules. So it makes me think this album could be absolutely anything. What is it going to be like?
Everything.
Okay.
Everything. Everything is Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, but he can be weird sometimes.
It's weird.
It's weird.
bloody. It
He
gets-
has like a foot fetish. Is there any weird stuff like that?
I don't think there's any toes that made it.
Yeah.
I think it's toeless.
Is it like totally heart on sleeve?
Yeah, but I think that that's a common thread for me in my music. Like the only difference, Kiddo and Being Human in Public and Before Love Came to Kill Us, I think all have this thread of truth because I don't ever talk about something that's not like that's not this. You know, it's always hard to mouth the pen, and that's just what it has to be. Otherwise, I wouldn't put it out.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I think has changed is the fact that we got more money now. Like, we've been able to partner with people that have been able to provide a check, and that check means that instead of working with producers that might have faked the strings, now we can afford an orchestra.
Yeah.
Instead of working with the plug-in harmonizer on Pro Tools where you can fake having multiple voices, now we can hire the choir. You know what I mean? So now it's just elevated in quality, but it's still the same truth.
Listen, awesome to meet you.
Thank you.
Can't wait for the album. Enjoy London City.
Thank you, I will.
And please tell Shameless Pappy we missed him.
Oh my God,
We
he's
missed
gonna
him!
love this.
Gutted!
He's gonna, you don't even know, he's gonna love this. He's gonna be like, oh, they talked about me. Of course you should have brought me today. Hello? Jesus.
I love it.
Yeah. Yo, he looks up interviews and shit. Like, it's a mess. But
Oh,
anyway,
man.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.